Today, the idea that man does not have all the truths or all the answers seems commonplace. Jung looked to man's lost psychic origins to restore some balance. However, some Jungian analysts now argue that we are still ruled by myth, but by a new myth, and we are unaware of the fact. Analyst James Hillman.
Yes, the modern man had lost his myth, had lost his sense of myth. But you see, we've moved that. Now we realize that technology is our myth. The myth is always the thing you're in and don't know it's a myth.
Mythology is always present. It's like asking, is matter present in today's world? Yes, of course.
See, science is man's current authority. It's the one thing that is believable now. It's our reality, and we can't escape that.
A much more difficult thing to say, and antagonistic to many ears, is that science is our present myth. Science is our as if.
Has science replaced religion in that sense?
Yes, for most people, science is their religion.
The same thing applies to science fiction. It's a modern mythology. And I think it's safe to say that science fiction, in all its various forms and variations, does have one basic recurring theme. It's the theme of extraterrestrial intelligence in one form or another. It has a multitude of forms it can take, but that's the basic idea. And that's highly significant psychologically, because it demonstrates that the second center of the psyche, the self, is all ready to be discovered.
For San Francisco analyst John Beebe, the massive appeal of science fiction films like the Star Wars trilogy comes from combining the archetypal fantasy of extraterrestrial life with characters which represent our own contemporary culture.
I'm not going to let something tear it apart.
To me, the movie comes alive because it has so many of the elements of our culture all scattered around through it.
Let's get out of here!
Vampires are still out there. I don't think it's right.
Time to discuss this in committee.
I am not a committee.
The princess is a little bit like a rather pert but very, nevertheless, American women's lib kind of princess. And then, of course, we have the R2-D2 and the butler as a kind of Laurel and Hardy. And, of course, we have the Cowardly Lion. And young, kind of sparky, spanking clean young hero questing. Kind of, you have the wise old man. And you have all these loose archetypes of the culture. To see myth as something that's happening all the time, that myths are being made all the time. So that it's sort of interesting when a movie becomes not a kind of updated depiction of an old myth, but creates its own new myth.
As we send our spacecraft beyond the solar system, carrying coded communications from the human planet, perhaps science fiction expresses the idea that humankind cannot, after all, rely on the intellectual, conscious life alone.